And what's interesting about the Belgian sightings is that we in the UK had a very similar wave of sightings 3 years afterwards. Many of the witnesses talk about a large triangular-shaped UFO with 3 lights on the underside of the craft and a larger, slightly dimmer light in the center. So it's clear that in both cases, governments are looking at this and are coming to the conclusion that we are dealing with a real phenomenon.
比利时不明飞行物事件的意义不仅在于高达2000多次的目击报告，还在于其每次报告都被官方给予了高度重视。
It lasted for almost 18 months, and all of a sudden, everything stopped.
Of the 2,000 reported cases, 650 were investigated, and out of the 650, 500 remain unexplained. The question remains open, what is it? And I don't know the answer, that's for sure. I can only say what it was not. It was no aircraft, no helicopter, no blimp, no Zeppelin, no ULM, no RPG, you just name it.
比利时不明飞行物事件至今仍是个谜，即使是20年后的今天，目击者们的疑惑仍然远远多于答案。
Je suis un peu frustré parce qu'après 20 ans, il n'y a personne qui m'a encore donné une explication valable.
Effectivement, il y avait 2 objets en même temps, qu'on n'a pas trouvé d'autre explication.
Ich habe so ein Flugobjekt davor nicht gesehen und nicht danach gesehen. Und ich selbst weiß bis heute nicht, was es eigentlich ist. Ist etwas Außerirdisches? Könnte ja sein. Ich kann nur sagen, was ich gesehen habe.
在比利时不明飞行物事件中，很多目击报告来自军事基地、民用机场或是城市中心。所有这些报告只能得出一个结论：确实曾经有东西出现过，我们必须高度重视。
The difficulty, of course, of studying UFOs, if in fact they are manifestations of some advanced civilization, is that we are more or less in the same position of, let's say, laboratory mice attempting to understand the civilization of biology technicians in the laboratory. It is just beyond our imagination. And Arthur C. Clarke said that sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
History is filled with accounts of new phenomena, poorly understood phenomena, that have been ridiculed, made fun of. Why? Because science hasn't had a chance to look into it, or won't look into it for various reasons. We've got to turn that situation around.
We have this propensity in our culture to ridicule UFO sightings. It's a problem, and we need to be more mature about it in this country.
You know, it's not all aircraft lights and weather balloons and hoaxes. There is a genuine phenomenon here, something that the scientific community should want to look at. It should want to engage on this. I mean, potentially, it has incredible things to teach us.
We have to keep in mind that our civilization is only about 40,000 years old, which is a blink in the lifetime of our galaxy. So we are babes in the woods. And with 200 billion stars, that adds up to an enormous number of planets, including, we now know, Earth-sized planets. So the potentiality for life out there does seem to be very great indeed.
We have very, very sophisticated analytical techniques that are being used all over the universe now to look at planets, stars, nebulosities. But started asking myself, well, has anybody done a really sophisticated, technologically astute approach to photographing UFOs so that you could really get, you know, what I sometimes call the Zapruder film of UFO sightings? And the answer was no. So in that vacuum, I decided to undertake what has become kind of a hobby project for me. I've started applying very sophisticated digital motion controls and tracking technology that we use in special effects, some of which we developed during the making of Close Encounters, to try to photograph a UFO.
特朗布尔的计划，也就是人们所知的不明飞行物摄影，使用精确校准的相机和天线来记录夜空中的影像和数据。通过从不同地点观测同一区域，特朗布尔的仪器能精确记录任何飞行物的速度、轨迹和高度，并能够判断拍摄对象是否是普通飞机。
My plan is to make imagery that would be scientifically valid and that could be scrutinized, just like the Zapruder film, to where really good scientific photo-optical analysts could look at them and say, well, this is exactly what happened.
Taking a 2-second dark exposure.
And I think over the next few years, it's just unlikely that we won't encounter some evidence of intelligent life in the universe. I just think it's going to happen, and it's probably going to happen fairly soon. And I'd like to be part of that.
It's really an exciting time to be involved with UFO research. And there seems to be greater chances that we're going to capture even more solid data. But we also have to be extremely careful to hold it to the absolute highest standards.
There was something there. Very small black object. Clockwise. And the length is unbelievable. We do not have anybody up there right now.
I was driving north on 101 highway.
从这些至今最为可信的不明飞行物事件中，我们看到了无法驳斥的第一手资料。北约基地的指挥官、美国联邦航空局负责人、飞行员、警官、前任州长，这些人都以自己的名誉担保，提供了他们自己都难以相信的证词。所有从雷达数据、照片以及未曾公布的录音中所收集到的证据，使这些不明飞行物目击事件成为了一个难以被忽视的问题。
It's the accumulation of overwhelming evidence from pilots, generals, government officials that prove, in my opinion, that we have an actual physical phenomenon that has not been explained. It's time to embrace this information and the new reports much more openly.
The command pilot of this particular flight, he was scared to death. He's not sure what it was.
Was the shape of a boomerang.
Huge triangular object.
As large as 3 or 4 aircraft carriers.
And it came right at us, made not a sound.
It definitely was under some type of intelligent control.
It's coming this way. It's definitely coming this way.
3 tubes of fluorescent light.
Dark gray oval.
Like a UFO type thing.
It looked like someone poked a hole in the clouds.
It just all of a sudden disappeared.
No doubt about it. This is real.